Welcome to D&D with Trials Versus. We're changing Dungeon Masters each session, so all people get a chance to play and stories are kept fresh. Whilst the plan isn't for this to be a campaign with an overarching story, death, roleplay, gold, and items are all permanent and carried over to the next session. So without further ado, let's jump in to our first session. The players have just finished escorting a caravan on a long journey to a town called Frostford. They were travelling with a merchant called Sally, who has moved her smithing business there. You encounter some trouble on the way in the form of some mean-looking bandits. As a way of introducing yourself to our audience, who are you and how did you help defend the caravan? Alex, let's start with you.
Right, my character is Ethan. He is a pirate, but he is without his ship because of a mutiny. He's traveling from town to town, drinking and finding adventure where he can. And he's helped save Sally the blacksmith by distracting and luring off bandits one by one, pocketing their stolen goods to return later, and then slitting their throats and dragging them into the bushes.
Sneaky. What were you like whilst as a travelling companion?
Well, I spend most of my time mildly inebriated, but I am a rogue but a gentleman at the same time. I have a certain code of conduct that I like to follow, and I try to be a good companion where I can be. I take my fair share of loot and not a penny more, in the hopes that I can gain good allies for the eventual campaign I shall undertake to reclaim my ship.
Wonderful, wonderful. Ollie, why don't we go on next to you?
Right. Okay. So, my character's name is Harold Jr. As you can see on screen, and he is a protection fighter. So I'd like to think that, when the caravan was attacked, he was, protecting the people there, the people we're with. So obviously, these other two party members, and the caravan itself.
Wonderful. And what were you like as you were travelling?
Um, Pretty friendly. You know, nice to talk to. Didn't really doesn't really say anything that's not nice to people, but also not almost not giving away a lot of information. Do you know what I mean? Like
Okay, so
not
quite
being secretive,
wholesome but
but
reserved.
yeah, there you go.
Wonderful. You wish. And last but not least, Rob.
I am Adram, a human of sort of quarter elven descent. I've been sort of looking. I've been working with this party. I'm very fascinated in my mother's heritage. She was a warrior for some elven, for an old elven city out in the west. So I sort of came along with Alex's boat. We just sort of spend most of my day sort of probably sparring with Ollie to tone up my swordsman skills, or sort of going through some of the ancient rituals and elven scrolls and books I was given to learn more about their magic. So I am playing a blade singer.
Wonderful. When you said you were toning up with Ollie, I thought you guys were going to be gym buddies together.
Yep, we got oil.
Yeah, very
Yeah.
well. No, not that.
We've taken a very different turn.
I cast prestidigitation and make him smell nice.
So you've
Appreciate.
each been paid 50 gold each for your services.
But it on the
for
rankade.
protecting the
Matt didn't get anything.
caravan. And you look around town, which is dusted in snow. That snow is continuing to fall, and having stopped moving, you're all starting to feel a little chilly. Nearby Sally's new forge is a large inn called the Jolly Dwarf, where the smell of freshly baked meat pies lure you into its warm and welcoming atmosphere. Does anyone wish to resist the lure of freshly baked meat pies?
I could never.
Could never.
Is that
Okay,
possible? We've been on a long journey.
Exactly.
I want
It was
to.
going to be
I
a
want
high
to.
DC on this.
I want to. 'Cause I've been in campaigns with you, but no. Go on.
As all good sessions, it's into the inn. So inside the inn, you see two dwarfs tending the bar with a number of local patrons filling the seats. A group of loud but well-dressed gentlemen are playing cards in the middle of the room, with gold in the centre, which a nearby table of dwarves seem to not be able to look away from. Other locals seem to be sitting together, talking and laughing. Is there anything you'd all like to do?
Could I make an observation in that this is basically a young children's classroom? Because assuming that the people in the place are like 5 to 6 foot and the dwarves are about 4 foot,
Mm.
they're all sat on really, really small chairs.
Oh,
Or
I
is
like
that
that.
me?
It's not a detail I'd written
Like-
down.
like,
But
so
yes,
if we're gonna
those
go sit at-
gentlemen are sat on very small chairs.
If we go
They're
sit
all
at the bar,
chairs for dwarfs.
are we going to go sit down on the floor with our heads poking up above the bar?
I mean,
No, you've
I'm,
got school chairs, but yeah, they're quite small.
I'm of Elven descent, so I'm not that tall.
I thought elves were tall.
No.
Half elves can be up to 6 foot.
Yeah,
and I myself, as a half elf, am indeed approaching 6
Elves
foot.
are more commonly sort of quite short by human standards.
I had a very tall mum.
Oh my god, Rob, I might actually be taller than you.
You might be. I'm only
Wonderful.
5'4".
They're
Oh,
already comparing size.
Whose is bigger?
I-
Put it on the table.
I'm gonna walk up. I'm gonna walk up to
just
the
on the
bar.
rankade.
I'm gonna walk up to the bar, reach over behind the bar, grab a bottle of whatever spirit I can find, lift it up, and start drinking from it, and walk away.
Wow.
from the
I've
bar.
never seen a pirate take whatever
So
spirit.
you're as you go to walk away from the bar and your back is turned, you seem to be dragged backwards, and looking over your shoulder, you see a dwarf kind of like on top of the bar with your clothes held in his hand. And we're going to try our first little bit of voice acting, really,
dear.
and we'll
Matt-
probably drop it.
Every accent
immediately.
Matt
Why
tries
would-
comes out French. It's amazing.
Or
What do you think you're
West
doing?
Country. I gesture to myself, and then give him a glare, and then I say, "I'm Ethan. You might have heard of me.
Hi, Ethan. It's 4 gold for the bottle.
Not this time, I'm afraid, me friend."
He glares at you, and he says, "Gulver, forget the axe. This one's not worth the trouble." And he lets go, and sits back.
I'll give the dwarven barman a wink and say, "Much obliged, me friend."
And why don't you read why that's the
So-
case, even though they can see it on?
As
Great.
a dastardly pirate, I have the bad reputation background feature. So no matter where I go, people are afraid of me. They know who I am due to my reputation. So in this civilized settlement, I can get away with some minor misdemeanors because, well,
You slit 'em.
they're afraid of me and they don't want to get in trouble with me, so they won't report me to any authorities or cause me trouble.
Orc authorities, more like.
Wonderful. My poor dwarven barman are down 1 bottle of spirits. Do either of the rest of you wish to do anything in particular?
I'm just going to go join the disreputable rogue.
I will
Sure.
probably do the same thing.
Sure. And Alex, do you just go sit down and drink?
Well, I'll pour my companions a few.
Mm-hmm.
As he pours
A
a glass,
few.
I'm going to look at him and say, I keep
Can't-
telling you, can't do this in every new town we reach. You've got to
And
at
yes, I
least give
keep
them
on-
some gold as I drink the drink he's offered me.
And yet I keep on getting away with it.
One of these days, it's going to come back to bite you.
Oh, undoubtedly.
I'm not picking up the pieces. You still need to get that diamond for us to revive you with when you do eventually kick it.
But whenever I see a diamond, I always think of me wee lass.
Well, do you want me to return the shoes and your body to her? Would you like to do that yourself?
Well, if I'm dead, well, I'd be much obliged for you to return any bits of me left.
I shake my head and take another drink.
Well, I suppose there's only one bit of me she'd miss. And I
Definitely
don't
not
pretty
that
much have been
brain.
that, my friend.
Wonderful. Are you all happy for some time to pass?
Right.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So as the night wears on, you hear a commotion outside when suddenly a man is thrown through a window into the inn. A stunned silence washes over the patrons. Then a man jumps in wearing a black leather jacket, strange red spiky hair, and a strange colourful loot on his back. Crash! Good to see you!
How much
The
loot?
dwarf yells. I like how you've interrupted just to say that joke. It's very on topic for you, Rob. The dwarf continues. Where are the boys? As if on cue, two men enter using the conventional entrance. One in another leather jacket with long, greasy black hair and a dark, long lute, and another tattooed, skinny, bald, and shirtless, who's carrying a drum.
Did we
Crash.
just enter the Grease film? Are we in
You
Greece?
could say that. So.
West Side Story. Get...
Where are the sharks and where are the
None of
jets?
them have the like combed back hair. We've got
Oh,
a
God.
mohawk, long, dark, and greasy, and bald. Crash bounds forward, and as he walks, takes one of your glasses up off the table. Rob, I'm going to say it's yours. So you put your glass down, and literally as Crash has walked past your table to the bar, he's picked up your drink and downed it.
I stand.
I'm going to stand up and
Yeah.
block his
I'm
block
standing up as well.
his journey. I'm going to stand up in front of him and just like look up at him. I assume he's taller than me.
Yes, he's quite a lot taller than you. And he said, "They're a problem, Pipsqueak."
You might want to go back of the bar and get me another one of those, or I'll be taking your loot.
To support to support Adram, I'm like, no, I didn't pay for that, but I'll not have it taken away from me.
Crash's eyes twinkle. Okay, you want to go, short stuff? He smiles.
I don't think you could afford it. I've seen the tattered old thing you're carrying behind you. In fact, you got to go nicking other people's drink. You got no respect for yourself, do you? What a lot! What a waste of life.
He headbutts you.
Okay, he's
And he catches you so off guard, and you think, I didn't even have a chance to move, and you've become headbutted and fall back into your seat. He's even going to do, for our first dice roll of the game, we are going to have, and
Definitely my kind of establishment.
he does 11 damage to you.
what? He misses though, in an
it's-
8.
That attack roll doesn't matter. I've just clicked it to get quickly to the damage. But he has headbutted you, and you fall back into your seat. And he turns to look at you, Alex, and his smile goes thin.
Thinking better of yourself now, are you? Now, I'll accept that my friend there might have squared up to you. But, well, it's not like you didn't do him a little bit of a disrespect.
I'll get you another drink.
Thank you very much.
And he bounds up and does very much what you just did, Alex. He leans over the bar and grabs a bottle.
Nobody
and
likes a
then goes to
copycat.
hand it to you, and then grabs another and bites the cork out with his teeth and takes a swig. He turns to the dwarf tending the bar. "You going to ask us to play, you grumpy git?" he asks, smirking. The dwarf looks perplexed, but then his face changes into a smile. "I'd love you to, Crash." And Crash beckons to the boys, who move towards the stage. Rob, do you wish to have any revenge, or are you going to bide your time?
Oh, won't worry. I'm playing with my. So I'm going to be going through my pouches, collecting some of my components together.
Okay.
Wonderful. Okay, well, we shall await with bated breath. So, as they move towards the stage, nearby to your table, an old woman stands up. "Not these idiots again," she says, not loud enough for them to hear. "Come on, Derek, you know these lot are trouble. Unless you want to be... So, you're gonna do some like sounds. So you're like
No,
loot
no.
sounds. Okay.
Yeah. No, basically, I'm going to cast an illusion over him, so that every time he plays on his lute, it's going to be out of key. The sounds
Right,
are
so minor
sounds are
illusion,
emanating
we've
from
had-
him. You create a sound or
Okay.
image or object of an object within range
Sure.
that lasts for the duration. So the next minute, his
So
lute's
normally
going to
that would
sound
be
off
like a
key.
sound that would go for a minute, right?
From
So-
him, yes.
Sure. So you're just gonna have like try and change the notes that are coming up. So he rolls. Give me a second. He's going to roll his performance still, but he's going to roll it at disadvantage. So he's rolled that at disadvantage, and you still think, hey, this music's still not bad considering. He's managed to play through, but the music is odd. It makes you want to rebel. The lute sounds loud and wild, and some of the locals are banging their heads along to the beat of the music. As Crash begins to sing, music washes over you and fills your hearts. Could everyone make a wisdom saving throw for me, please?
Certainly.
Wisdom. Oh,
Wonderful.
First crit.
first crit.
So Ollie has.
I might
crit
kill you all here, guys.
Harold Jr. is very wise.
Alex is now. Rob, you get really taken with the music, and you think this is maybe the best performance you've ever heard.
I'm raging hard for it.
Now,
They rise up.
Ollie and Alex, you think it's good music, but you know, nothing magical as such. Could you both make a perception check for me, please?
No.
So Ollie has got 7.
You're better off not rolling,
Alex has
Ollie.
got 17. So Ollie, you're just drinking your drink, enjoying the music, and things are fairly normal for you. Alex, what you notice is that the crowd seems to be really kind of absorbed by this performance, with quite a blank look on their face, which Rob also appears to have.
There's definitely something amiss here. Never seen the like of this in a tavern.
Now, Crash and the boys continue to play, but after a few songs, they stop, and the man with the long black hair begins to go round in a black bucket.
Matt,
with
you
a
disconnected. Can you
skull
repeat?
I'm assuming he said the man with the long black hair goes round with a black bucket.
Yes, with
Okay.
a black bucket with a skull painted on it,
Oh.
collecting money from the performance, and people are putting money in. Crash, meanwhile, falls into a chair at the gentleman's table and says to deal him into the game they're playing. And our shirtless drummer continues to sit there, just staring around the room. When the bucket comes to you, what do you do?
I'll throw a
I'm
gold
gonna,
in.
I'm gonna say, that's quite the fancy bucket there, and you're taking it in quite a lot. And I'm gonna sort of run my hands over the coins in the bucket and sort of like throw a few, like jingle them around to make a
Yeah,
nice jingling noise. I'm also gonna try and slide a few of them into my sleeve with my sleight of hand.
wonderful.
So
Wow.
that's a few coins that I've taken there.
And we had a crit on our sleight
Jesus
of hand
Christ.
roll there. Wonderful, Alex. The bucket was quite full of gold, as you sense that either people were enthralled by the music or terrified into not giving them any money. So you pick up another 50 gold.
Hell yeah!
Fucking Christ.
How big is his sleeves?
This is very big. He's a
I've
pirate.
got,
He's
I've got
very
nice
jangly.
flowy white
Yeah,
sleeves.
he's very jangly. And then does anyone wish to do anything else?
No, I'll put a gold in.
Sure. Yeah, no, that's
I would
fine.
have put my feet up on the table and
I think-
sort of just gestured no.
I think I might sidle up to Crash and see if I can get Delton in this game as well.
Sure. Yeah. So, does anyone wish to go with Alex to play this game?
Go on then. If it's anything like
No.
your last game you've invented.
You're gonna love this, Rob. You're gonna love this. Right.
Is
So
that because
Rob's
it's
in.
controlled or because it's good?
Because it's easy money.
You want
Ollie,
Oh wait, no,
do
that
you-
was
do you wanna
Alex's
join?
game.
I'm gonna go and stand behind Rob.
Yeah, I'm already a quarter
Okay.
dead.
Wonderful.
Exactly.
I need to get my
So,
24 armor class up.
so, yeah, the Crash seems to be playing with some fine gentlemen. One of which appears to be a noble, which you notice, Alex, from his ring.
Oh, I'll get that ring.
So yeah, they're in the middle of the game as you approach the table.
I'll sort of like knock on the table slightly and say, "Delving into next one."
The noble nods, but has his gaze fixed upon Crash,
Ooh, a knobbly.
who's laying back, relaxed, smirking, as the cards move round and realize that Crash has won that round. You sit down, and Rob, you find a seat empty if you wish to sit as well.
Yeah. I want to see what
So it's
magic this.
10 gold to join a hand.
That's fine. I want to, while here, I want to sort of be watching him, and so I try and get an idea of what magic's going on. Because one,
Sure.
he's definitely enchanted his body in some way.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And then of course his
you've
music
made
was
that
off.
logical deduction, which is in keeping with your intelligence modifier. What I will do is give me an Arcana check.
Fuck's
Okay.
sake. 3.
So you can't seem to see anything magical about Crash, but that doesn't deter your what's the word?
Advances?
Curiosity.
Your curiosity, exactly. You're still curious.
Just a little bit.
So essentially, the game is you've got a few different ways to victory. You can try to deceive the other players using deception. You can try to use sleight of hand to cheat, or others might use insight to try and catch those who are lying.
Got insight
to win. So insight to realize what others have, deception to deceive others into what you have, and sleight of hand to cheat the game into having the best cards, which would be versus people's perception. Now, Alex, how are you going to play the game?
Well, I'm always going to try and cheat to get ahead. So I'm going to use a sleight of hand roll.
Yeah. So roll that.
Boop.
Wonderful. So no one else seems to catch you kind of changing your cards. Whilst you're dealing your own cards from the deck, you manage to sneak a high card into your hand. Rob, you can roll a perception if you wish. We have 5 players in total, so I'm just going to roll 3d20s there.
I did less instead,
and no
Alex.
one else seems to notice Alex.
Excellent.
And Rob does not notice either. Rob, how do you wish to play the game?
I'm not going to cheat. I'm going to use my insight, I guess, to keep an eye out and try and call bluffs.
You're trying to figure out the bluffs using insight.
Despite them I have efficiency in it. It's just as good as my sleight of hand.
Wonderful. So, because you're against Alex as well, you realise at the end of it you can get a handle on everyone's hand.
Ah.
But when the cards come down, Alex still beats you, and you're surprised. So you beat everyone else, but Alex seemed to just almost had lady luck on his side. So
What,
with
you
everyone
dream?
putting in 10 gold, Alex, you've taken 50 gold back, so it's 40 gold profit.
Excellent.
You can wish to play another round if you want.
I'm going throughout all of that. How did Crash do?
He did badly, and he was surprised.
Interesting.
He looks annoyed at himself.
Okay. I think I will play one more round, and this time I'll still try and cheat. But I'm going to try and watch Crash a bit more closely as well. So I'll do my sleight of hand roll, and then
Wonderful.
I'm
think
gonna
I will try and I'll watch him as well.
Before this round starts, I'm gonna step up, tap Alex on the shoulder and say good game. I'm assuming Ollie, you're sort of standing out the way.
I was basically.
Oh, you're behind me. I'm gonna sort of pull Ollie. We're gonna stand. Well, I'm gonna stand out the way. I'm watching Crash, and sort of tell me when some things are about to. Can I sit behind him and see if he's got a good hand or not? Or like stand behind him.
I imagine that Alex is quite careful about people not seeing his cards.
I'm not talking about Alex. I'm talking about Crash.
Oh, Crash. So everyone's got their cards kind of on the table, and they kind of look at them like poker.
Okay, I'm gonna watch him, and if he makes. So I'm gonna ready an action here, which is if he makes sort of any tell that looks like he's doing quite good, I'm gonna mage hand his cards onto the table, sort of voiding his
so you're looking
hand.
to just have them zoom
sort of
off
like
the table.
Oh no, it's just like zoom them around, try and like void the game. Maybe like mage hand them into the guy sat next to him. That's not if it's assuming not Alex.
So to realise that he has a good hand.
But so being I guess
I need insight, which I think which I'm not sure whether you've already rolled there actually.
I haven't rolled this round.
No, that's fine. So yes, if you
Can I
so he is going
in that insight action. Is there a way that I can
You can do a help.
A help action?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah,
gives me advantage.
I think the difficulty I would have with your help is it would almost like you two be conferring. Oh, I think he's, and so it would be obvious that you're conferring.
That's a very good point. Okay, in that case, I will just.
Unless you can think of another way that you might be able to help.
No, not really. So I'll just sort of watch.
See how wise Rob is.
Right, and he is going to roll. So you don't notice anything amiss. Yeah.
I'll leave Alex to leave the money then.
And Alex, you got a 20. So you've managed to get some good cards. Alex, you would have been watching Crash, I imagine, as well. Could you give me a perception check?
I can. My perception is not so good.
No, that's fine. Okay, so the round goes, and
the round goes.
Despite cheating, when the cards are revealed, Crash has the best hand in the game. An almost unbelievable hand.
You don't say.
However, his face remained stonic. I think that's the word. Stoic.
Sonic.
The hedgehog runs enjoying this at home. His face remained stoic, so that Rob did not detect it. And despite this unbelievable hand, Alex, you didn't see anything amiss.
Well, I know when I'm beat. I'll sit out for now, I think.
Yeah, you're still up, Alex.
I know.
Unfortunately, Rob, you're down 20 gold. Does anyone wish to
Wait,
continue
how am I down
playing?
20? I only played one round.
You played 2 rounds there, didn't you? You played the first round that Alex won.
Yeah, and I didn't play this round.
You didn't play this round. I do apologise.
I'm off in the corner tossing Ollie off.
Wow. I do apologise, Rob. It's okay. I'm sorry. I think I had assumed you were playing because you were doing things like your insight check, but no. That makes sense. I do remember you saying
I had to be out of sound range in case he heard me.
Saw you or heard you?
So or heard me
Okay.
because it's verbal and semantic.
So, you step away from the table, and you just continue to partake in the evening's enjoyment, I suppose, of drinking and listening to music. Was there anything else that people wished to do?
No, I'm good.
No,
No,
not
I'm
for
good.
now.
Wonderful. So whilst Crash and the boys are playing another song, a bard enters the inn. He's a well-dressed and young-looking elf with a look of naivety on his face. Crash stops singing suddenly. He jumps off the stage and starts to approach the young elf. As
Oh.
Crash comes up to him, the young elf looks white with fear. As Crash says, "Very rude coming in on another musician's turf like this." Crash vehemently spits. The elf trembles, worried to answer. "Huh? Cat got your tongue?" Crash asks menacingly, and he grabs the elf's forearm. Then suddenly, Crash does his signature headbutt, and the young musician falls to the ground. Crash, laughing, goes back to playing music.
Can I do another
Whilst-
Arcana check while watching that?
Yes, go ahead.
Because there's definitely something odd about his.
Don't worry about it,
No,
Rob.
it's exactly the
Don't
same.
concern yourself with these things.
Exactly the same.
Um,
There's nothing.
So laughing, Crash goes back to playing music with the boys as the young elf
Get the gold ones.
limps out of the inn. So the night. Oh, go ahead, Alex.
I think I'm going to follow this young elf out of the inn.
Sure. So, are you wishing? You follow the young elf out, and he falls against the wall, clutching his head, as he breathes a sigh, takes a deep breath, and then continues down the street. Continue to follow him.
I call out, "Hey, wait up there, man!"
He turns and looks surprised.
I'm gonna give him 5 gold and say, "I'm sorry you couldn't play tonight. Do you mind telling me a little bit about that Crash fella?"
He smiles, and says, "Oh, Crash! I didn't realize the boys were playing tonight. Everyone knows to stay out their way." And his
What?
eyes seem to glaze for a moment, and goes, "I don't know why I said that."
Yeah, why did you say that? Who are these boys? How long have they been about here?
His mind seems blank. "I've seen them before. Yeah. The boys play." And he seems to lose his thought.
And how many seasons of the boys are there on Amazon Prime Video? Um, no, you know what? I'm not sure you're really helping me.
He looks a bit disappointed as you say that.
Why don't you head on home?
He
And maybe
nods.
maybe the next time you come to this tavern, you won't have the boys to contend with.
"Thanks, sir." He runs off.
I sort
So
of shake my head, giving away money, and then sort of walk back into the tavern. I approach Adrian and say, "Have you had any luck in figuring out what the hell's going on here yet?"
Not really sure there is much going on. I think he's just sort of well trained. I don't think there's any odd goings
dickhead.
on.
I'm inclined to agree with you, Harold. Or Junior.
There's nothing arcane about him. Just pure, unadulterated arsehole.
Well, if you think so. Do you want to start a fight? I love a bar fight, me.
Bar fight? There's
Don't
a
shout
lot,
it too loud.
a lot of flammable things here. You know how I
It's
fight.
not-
You know how I go.
Well, there's nothing wrong with a little fire every now and then.
Could call
I'm not sure.
I like the bar. I don't
Fire
want to
and
cause
both
too
is
much
very bad.
commotion.
But it's not a proper visit to a tavern unless it's a tavern fight. It's literally in the name.
I'll take your lead, but you're paying the damages. You got half my gold.
Well, that's true. I'll go up to the bar and reach behind it again for another drink.
You
Uh,
are, yeah. The look. If looks could kill, then
barman,
you'd
this
be
one.
rolling a death saving throw, but
I'll
they
say,
can't.
barman, this one's for Crash.
The dwarf just cleans a mug and nods.
I saunter up behind Crash, who I assume is still playing his game now that he's finished assaulting innocent elven bards.
He's actually he's sitting with some ladies, giving the
Oh,
old
well.
smooth chat ups.
I'll sort of saunter up behind him and say, "Now, I hate to interrupt a man when he's on his mission, but well, I thought I'd just get you this drink." And I swing the bottle
Mhm.
and smash it on his head.
The bottle smashes on his head, and seems to do quite little, considering. He turns, stands up, and smiles. A good old classic bar fight. I knew you were my kind of man. As he flips the table next to him and throws something at the nearby gentleman. And who's partaking in the bar fight?
I mean, we're in a bar. You
I hold-
can't say no to a bar fight.
Well,
I
you
hold
can.
my hand up
There's
and
an
go, "This
open
man
window.
is-"
I'm
Oh,
going to use my cunning action, so that as soon as he starts flipping the table, I'm going to dash backwards,
Mhm.
like a little bit out of his range.
this is where my one strength is going to really help. Not proficient
Dash
with unarmed
backwards.
combat.
Oh no,
Okay.
I'm
Draw
drawing
my-
my sword.
Oh shit!
Your sword.
This isn't a bar fight.
Oh, this is my kind of bar
Fight
fight.
to the
You'll get
death!
used to it.
Wow. So, if you don't mind, I'm actually going to summarize your bar fight. So Rob, are you taking part?
Well, hang
Or
on.
are you
This isn't a bar
keeping
fight.
yourself
He's got
safe?
his sword out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
no,
you're
I-
looking very worried.
No,
I'm only going to jam.
no.
at
I said
people.
I've got his back. Yeah, no, I'm joining in. I've got his back.
Yeah. So you are there. Harold Jr. Ollie, what about you? Are
I'm
you
all,
joining into this
I
fight?
feel like this is one of those situations where I'm just sat down with my feet up on the table, and every single time a punch or someone gets thrown my way, I casually move my leg slightly so
Got
it
it.
doesn't get me. But
Yes.
I am paying enough attention that if something it is to go down, I'm ready to
You mean me?
get it. Yeah, if Rob's about to get
Hmm.
stabbed, I'm ready to get in the way. Do you know what I mean?
No, I
It
completely
feels,
understand.
it just
So
feels like one of those moments, just like just let these two fuckers fight for a bit,
So-
and I'm just gonna sit here and nurse me drink.
the fight is the last thing you remember. You drink and fight the night away. Crash and the boys continue to play at some point during the fight, and everything seems to go black. Now, Alex, you feel very cold. You open your eyes and realize you've passed out outside of the inn, and you've got a killer headache.
Definitely
You-
my kind of bar.
You've no benefit of a long rest. It was not a restful sleep.
Well, that's fair enough. Okay.
So you're currently outside the bar and underneath the broken window.
I'll saunter back into the bar.
Yeah. You saunter into the bar, and inside you see blood everywhere. It covers the walls, and a dead horse lays across the table where the gentlemen were playing. Upon closer inspection, the blood has been drawn onto the walls into odd-looking symbols. Ollie and Rob lay not unconscious as well, underneath the table. Skaggrug, the dwarven tavern owner, you didn't even ask his name, he's whistling to himself, blank look in his eyes, but quite happy. He's cleaning a mug with a dirty rag, but his hands and apron are drenched in dry blood.
Now, something about this doesn't really sit right with me.
Even for you, this seemed like an odd end to a bar fight.
I'm honestly scratching my head about how the horse got in here in the first place. Well, I guess I'll wake up me fellows. I sort of
So, yeah.
I'll slap Rob away.
So Ollie's they're both asleep underneath the table you guys were drinking at. And you catch Rob sucking his thumb.
I
At
knew
least
it.
it's not Ollie's tonight.
Yes.
Cat Ollie also sucking his thumb.
And yeah, Rob and Ollie,
We're
you
sucking the same
see
thumb.
the blood covering the inn.
I look
The
at
still broken window with snow rolling in.
Ethan and ask, like, I point like, was this us?
I seem to recall someone saying something about blood last night, but I mean, a horse, poor thing.
You look
I'll
at
clap my hands, cast
Mhm.
prestidigitation, and clean up the place.
okay. It starts to take a while.
Yeah,
but,
that's fine. It will just slowly
Mhm.
clean up.
Wait,
Um,
Rob, isn't that some sort of fancy magic writing on the walls?
I look at the writing.
What
I
languages
detect
do you know,
anything.
Rob?
What languages does Rob know? Elven, Giant, and Common.
Okay, it's not a language you recognise.
It's nothing I'm
Ollie.
aware of.
Ollie and Alex, same question. Languages.
I know.
I have got common
hmm
and
That's all right.
and shit. Where's the other one gone? I had another language, but it's not in my thing. It was like celestial or something like
Jeez.
that.
I've got
Oh,
common,
okay.
dwarvish, and elvish.
No, wait. Was it abyssal?
Thistle.
It was. It was one of those two.
Ollie
I can't
walks
remember.
into the bar and orders a beer. It sounds like.
Cthulhu Dragon.
Yeah, no, we're gonna go with. Just go with the first one I said, celestial, because I'm pretty sure that's what it was.
Celestial. No problem.
I wanted
you
to
don't
pick one that was almost slightly eldritch, but I generally can't remember.
Well,
Abyssal,
that's abyssal. If you wanted to go
Oh,
eldritch.
that would have been abyssal then.
kind of.
Okay. Ollie, you recognise some of the symbols.
Oh, hey, cool.
They don't seem to be like sentences or a poem, but we have a couple of symbols for hell, for chaos,
Blood for the blood
for
god.
music.
Signed Finn.
Yeah. And so yeah, they don't make much. They still don't make a huge amount of sense. They're a bit of crazy drawings, but yes, they
Skulls
are
for
in
the
abyss.
blood. Blood for the blood god. Yes. Right. So I'm gonna put like a hand, one hand on like Alex's shoulder, like my arms round him. I'm gonna point at that symbol, at one of the symbols. I'm gonna go. Now that's chaos. Okay. I'm gonna take my hand
I
off, and I'm
think
gonna put my
I-
hand on Rob's shoulder. I'm gonna go, and that's hell.
No, I think that pretty much sums up last night.
Sounds about right. I don't know much more than that, but there you go.
What information
Just-
can you give me? I can try and think through this blinded
Consider it
headache.
translated. Partially.
I can't make head nor sense of Ollie. Words in abyssal.
I'm speaking common. I can speak common. You
No,
fool.
I know, but you abyssal. Even if you convert it, it doesn't make sense much. I'm fucking hungover. Be nice.
Shit.
I think chaos pretty much sums up these boys.
Sounds about right. You know. Something ain't quite right there.
As you're talking, a guard walks in. What in the nine hells has gone on in here?
Oh, I
Good.
shouldn't-
The dwarf responds, "Morning, Gavin. You want some sausages?" Skagrog, did you do this? He said, pointing to the horse. Skagrog looks at him, looks at the horse, nods, and picks up another glass to clean. "You're gonna have to come with me," as the guard blows a whistle. Other guards arrive shortly
Fucking
to
whistleblowers.
take Skagrog away.
Now,
At
dealing
least
with,
it wasn't us.
dealing with the guards isn't exactly something I'm used to doing. Do either of you two want to chat this guy up and see if he knows anything about the boys?
Yeah, that's well. He's just been arrested. Do you think we can just walk in and question someone
no, we don't.
detained?
I'm not talking about the detained man. I'm talking about the guard.
We can wander down to the station.
So Yeah, right.
Yeah, you follow the guards to the station as people lining the streets are talking in hushed tones and pointing at the rather jolly looking dwarf. The inn is aptly named. And as the guards go in, they begin to process Skagrug and are asking a few questions. And you've joined a few other onlookers who are seeing what's going on. Then the old woman from the pub last night barges past you all. Heard you arrest this Gagrug, you great oath. Jolene, you didn't see what he's done. I'm just as surprised as you, the desk sergeant answers. Surprised? I'm not surprised. I've been saying for decades that odd things happening in this town are down to Crash and the boys. That lovely young man Crash, come off it, Jolene. She sighs. I don't know why I bother. No matter how much I reason, nothing ever gets through their spell. And she turns to leave, making her way down the street.
I don't know about you guys, but I think we should probably ask her, not them.
That's true. I'm going to run after Jolene. And I yell out, Jolene, Jolene! Jolene! Jolene!
What?
I'm begging, darling, please, won't you just talk to us?
I'm begging of you, please don't take your leave.
She
Your
turns.
beauty is beyond compare, with flaming locks of grey hair.
What colour's her hair?
Flaming locks of grey hair.
Mind,
So aren't you a charmer?
that whole thing got away from me. You've said something about the boys there, and I noticed you in the tavern last night. Actually, how couldn't I notice you? Actually, do you mind telling us your concerns, fears, thoughts, comments?
Wants, desires.
I mean, boy, do I know Crash and the boys. They come back here every year to do their hometown gig. They'll be back tonight. They can never resist an encore. Ah,
Neither can I, miss. Neither can I.
Once a year. They come back every year. Are they not local boys?
This
they
is
are
their,
local boys.
this is their home.
They are local boys. This is their hometown gig. They travel around doing gigs. I dated Crash back in the day.
Did
You
you?
noticed a sizable age difference.
What?
Now, how did that sort of arrangement work? Were you like a Mrs. Robinson sort of deal?
Oh Christ!
I mean, you know, it used to be Jolene and the boys.
Why do we bring him anywhere?
It was one day, me and the band, we went up to a local stone, which is, the myths say Grant uses the wishes. So we went up there to drink and hang out, but Crash touched the stone and this man appeared. He offered us youth, strength, and in some enchanted instruments. I had talent, so I naturally refused.
Naturally.
But those talentless dung beetles signed their souls over immediately, and more writing appeared on the stone.
Shake
Their
my head and
contract-
just under my breath whisper, "Fucking soul sellers."
Oh yeah, awful people then. Happy
Never
to do
trust a warlock.
Their contract was valid for as long as they sowed chaos and evil amongst good folk. And the only reason the spell doesn't affect me. I was there when the deal was signed, and I've been able to see through Crash's bullshit, the only good side effect of dating him. And the only way to break that deal seems to be to smash their instrument or destroy that devil's stone.
And where's this stone?
She points to a nearby hill. She goes, "It's up there. The boys are probably there now, resting until they come back tonight."
Well,
Okay,
much
so
obliged for your information there, lass.
Right.
She nods. She goes, "You're going to do something about the boys?"
How long are they around in town for?
probably.
She says they can't resist an encore. They'll come back tonight.
Okay. We're back
Probably
tonight.
just as sun sets.
Well, I think we've been presented with two options here. We'll either go and do something with this stone, or we could. I suppose we could go back to the tavern later tonight and see what's going on then again. But really, I think we might just be caught in that spell. So perhaps we go to the stone.
We're gonna go to this. Like I said, I'd say we sort of walk. We'll say thanks to the woman and sort of walk away from her. I guess we're not discussing this in front of her.
Yeah.
So if we're gonna go to the stone, we'll want to do it when they're not there. So we'll have to go tonight.
Yep.
Or we can give some money to the bar, pay them to absolutely plaster the band tonight, and we'll just like head to bed and come and then catch them unaware in the morning at the stone, hungover as fuck, like we're feeling.
I highly doubt that they're actually going to be hungover at all. To be honest with you,
I think they might be doing some sort of mumbo jumbo that makes them just, I don't know, take energy from the bar. I don't
Mumbo,
know.
perhaps. Jumbo, perhaps
you're,
not.
You're the magician here. It's not really my
I
area.
didn't see
okay,
much
so hear me out.
thing. Matt forgot to turn off all the things.
hear me out. So the bartender's not in the bar. He's been arrested. Yeah, so he might not be in the bar tonight.
That's true.
So we dress Rob up because he's short. We dress him up as the dwarf.
I'm not wide enough to be a dwarf.
I'm sure we can give you some padding. You'll be fine. A few pillows.
Maybe a false beard.
Yeah, see, perfect. How long's your hair? You could tie it up around your face.
Oh,
We can see everything you're doing.
Oh, whoops. What? Well, how? Oh, I know
see
how.
your mouse.
Fixed it.
There we go. Right. Sorry. What's the plan? What's the plan now, Ollie?
I mean, it's two choices. We either wait in the bar for them, or we go up to the stone.
Well, we are all tired.
Sleep during the day, wake up at night.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah, we could actually wait for them after they leave the bar, and then
we're gonna get them late tonight.
Get them late tonight once they've had a full night's whatever it is they're doing.
Can we sleep off our hangover then?
Yes, and maybe some greasy food.
Yeah, get that long rest in.
What counts as greasy food in fantasy times?
Everything.
There you go. Right, well, answers my question.
Anything that's not soup and veg, basically.
I don't know.
Super.
That soup can be fucking greasy. You're not watched Hell's Kitchen.
Depends on if it's got meat in it.
Right.
So really poor veg only.
There you go. So
or that's French onion soup can be greasy as fuck.
That's the plan then. So we're gonna go and. Is that the only? Is it a bar and an inn, or is it just a bar?
Bar and an inn.
Okay, so we could either stay there or we could find somewhere else.
Let's maybe find somewhere else. I'm not sure I'm comfortable going back to the scene of the crime, so to speak.
Is there another inn? Or is that the only one?
Yeah, there's a couple.
Okay.
Okay, so we go to the closest inn and just have
a rest day.
Yeah.
Oh, we should make sure that they're not. The boys are likely to go back to the same bar if they're going to go to a different place as well. Perhaps.
Not a bad idea, but if it's an encore, if she said that it's an encore, Jolene, then you would assume
that's true. That's
true. Go back to the same place. Who would play an encore in a different location?
Geniuses.
Yeah, that'd be a very avant-garde move for a small town band.
Really think that they're not going to be that clever. If they know they can get away with it in this bar, they'll just do that.
All right, let's have a rest day. Might get my nails did.
Wonderful. Yeah, you have a very lovely, restful day.
Oh,
eating food, drinking lots of water, getting hydrated, and sleeping.
Water will kill you. It's full of diseases.
That's why I always do an enema.
That's why I just drink grog.
You all get the benefits of a long rest, and wake up, kind of ready to go. Let's say 5 o'clock in the afternoon, with plenty of time before sunset.
Excellent.
Okay, so this decision is going to be made now: stone or bar.
I would. I think if we can break their link to the stone, then they'll be easy to take out afterwards. I can
That's
also
if
get.
they
We
need-
can also find out some details of the stone while they're playing.
That's a good idea. Yeah.
Mm,
Let's go to the stone. Have a look.
right. Yep. There you go.
So yeah,
Pirate,
you
pirate man has spoken.
pirate man. Yes, you head off towards the hill that Jolene pointed out. The snows continued to fall, and going out of the town and over the bridge of the running river, you head off the path and trudge through deeper snow. You're still, able to get through it fairly easily. But you think a few more days and the snows might be quite substantial. As the sun goes down, you hear a rabble, which sounds like Crash and the boys, quite far away. They've not taken the exact same route as you, but they seem to almost pass you in the dark, heading towards the town for the night. Now, as you continue to move towards the stone, what is everyone's passive perception?
13.
11.
14.
Boggers.
Ollie, you see that something. You hear something. Please, could everyone now make a perception check? So Ollie has put his hand out as a
Yep. Hands. So I was
something
going
is
to say,
here.
like hands up, like wait,
Yeah,
stop,
and now
something.
everyone gets to make a perception check.
What is it? What do you smell?
Me and Alex doing great on these rolls, eh?
Come on.
So Ollie,
on.
listening
There's mine.
closer, you hear
Oh, I already did
Um,
one. You know that bottom one.
lots of little pitter patters, slowly closer. Alex, you hear low growling. Rob, you know that this is from the right, and peering into the darkness, you're sure you can see many pairs of eyes low down to the ground.
Good question, actually. How dark is it?
So we've had sunset.
Yep.
So it's fairly dark. We don't have any lampposts.
It's right. Okay. So is there none
But
of that? Like the snow is because I mean,
We've got some light from the moon.
yeah. And is there none like reflecting off the snow like when it snows here? It's just my thought. 'Cause,
Yeah,
like
a
whenever we
little bit.
go up the hill, it's not exactly dark, even though it's night. Do you know what I mean?
Sure.
'Cause
We've still got
I
this
don't have
shadow
night vision.
casting over the hill, but that's a really good point, Ollie. That we would have some, I think, but they're still hard to see, and it's because they have white fur blending in with the
They've got
with the
fur.
snow. They're wolves.
Lovely.
You have time to draw your weapons,
Done.
and they haven't snuck up on you, as we're going to have everyone roll initiative.
Woohoo!
Oh, first
They're
initiative.
large wolves. They are larger wolves than you have, than you would say.
Well, I
And
finally got a
Rob-
crit. Oh,
Rob
20.
gets a crit for his initiative for a
So did
24.
Alex.
Whilst Alex, the red icon there is that
Got a
Alex
1.
got a 1. Now, unfortunately, I think that went by very quickly on screen, so people didn't see that.
Yeah, we might want to
But,
make the roll box a little bigger.
I think
and
finish
let
is not too
me-
much of a fuss. For most rolls, it will be there
I'm
for
sure
a
it's
while.
fine. Let's not have OBS crash again.
That's
Um,
true.
And so it goes Rob, Ollie,
I'm quite pleased with
Alex,
this.
the wolves. So Rob, you've reacted really quickly, and you see in front of you 6 wolves in a line coming towards you.
Right.
They are large. They are
How
Straight
far?
line.
How far?
So they are about, let's say, 40 feet.
40 feet. Okay. I am going to bonus action set up my song or set up my dance. I'm gonna
You
set up.
start dancing. Ooh, this is wonderful. It's like a dance out of fear. He sees wolves, and Rob starts dancing.
Normally, what happens when you see a bunch of dogs coming at you?
Yes. So right, Rob's gonna do a little dance,
Oh, is that it you're doing, Rob?
make a little
You
love,
said bonus action, and then he's gone quiet.
and get down tonight.
As he,
Yeah, I must have. Oh, I hit 0 when I was fixing my armor class.
Ah,
There you go.
I mute
you
myself.
gotta change it
So,
from
yeah, I do. I'm doing my blade song to set my into an attack
Yeah.
form. I'm moving to attack form, I guess. I'm going to stand beside Ollie, tell him to hold for them to come to us. I'm going to ready an attack action for when they come in range.
Wonderful.
Already my
Ollie,
attack
what
turn.
would you like to do?
Okay, so because of what you said, I too am not going to dance. I'm going to ready an attack. Is it ready in action or ready an attack action?
You can ready an action. You can ready your attack action, so you can use your reaction the moment they come in range to attack. So you would attack
I'll
before
do
them.
that. Yeah, so I'm gonna ready an action so that when they're within range to strike and I can actually see them, because I'm assuming all I can probably see is just eyes.
Yes. Yeah, you can hear them, but you're still a little bit.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, I would wait for them to get
Alex-
closer. But seeing as Rob is stood next to me, I'm gonna stay here, shield up, sword up, ready in action.
Wonderful.
I could have just blown them up, but
And Alex,
How many of them are there?
6.
6 wolves. Okay. I am going to shoot an arrow at one of them.
Now you're probably currently, just to let you know, probably about 10 feet between each of you. I mean, Rob's just wandered right next to Ollie. Do you wish to move behind them in any way? Because you're currently in a line.
I'm going to try and I'm going to split off from the group, but I'm going to try and sneak away from the group. So rather than shooting at them, I'm going to sort of like duck into the shadows and trying to sneak around a little bit.
He face plants the snow and crawls away.
Okay. Could you roll a stealth check for me, please?
I certainly could.
Okay. Thank you. And so the wolves now, they are going to do something. They're going to do this. They seem to have not seen you go, Alex, or been able to hear or spell you.
Good.
So all the wolves converge onto Rob and Ollie. So as they charge forwards, just like surround you, your readied actions go off. Rob, why don't we go with you first?
You want to go? I was going to go Ollie first.
I was going to say after you.
We are far
You'll
too
want mine
polite.
to go second, Ollie.
All right. Okay. I'm essentially just going to stab the closest one to me.
Okay.
So this will be one-handed. If I ready an action, will I get both of my attacks?
Yeah, you ready an attack action.
Yeah.
Woohoo! So one-handed. There it is.
So Ollie swings his sword and catches one into the wolf well.
Is that all you've got?
What?
+6.
Yeah, sharp.
Also, love your spelling of longsword there.
He always does it, bastard.
Still did 10 damage, bitch.
So 10 damage. Okay.
And then the second attack comes in and does 7. Same wolf. I would assume,
Yes.
unless obviously I hit it and it moved, but I'm assuming I've just
Yeah,
got.
no problem. Yeah, yeah. He you've done 2 quick slashes with your sword, that is now covered in wolf blood. With it being quite large, it still is standing strong in front of you.
Okay, this is my turn. So on my first attack, I'm going to Green Flame Blade.
Would
The attack
would you
one?
like to attack the one that
The-
Ollie's just
yeah,
attacked?
Green Flame Blade, the attack, the damaged one.
Okay.
12.
That does not hit.
Okay, and then this is just a regular sword attack.
So your first rapier thrust misses the wolf. You take a breath and steady yourself as you thrust again
Force the
and
one to
catch it in the eye.
Ooh, catch it in the eye.
And
Smelly.
so that's 10 damage again.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's hurt but still standing.
So that fire jumping damage would have been perfect. Oh, I forgot
Or
to
was
bring my.
that only on your first attack?
Yeah, the first one would have been. Well, the first one was my Green
Yeah.
Flame Blade. My second one wasn't.
So, if I'm just thinking about, because you guys are right next to each other, yes, they all could go round. So the first wolf slashes at you, Rob. Does so with advantage due to the fact that he's got pack tactics, and he slashes out with both of his claws, and you easily dodge them with your high dexterity. Another wolf lunges at you from the side, to which you easily sidestep again. And one wolf tries to come at you from behind, and you just turn and dodge just enough for it to slide past you. It's just like in anime when you've got your hero who's untouchable. Rob has just
I'm an anime.
amazingly dodged these 3 wolves. Let's see how Ollie fares. So Ollie, you block the first one with your shield. I just had to make sure I was still rolling d20.
Yeah, you are. Don't worry.
The other one, as it comes forward, you give it a little punch in the mouth to surprise it, to interrupt its attack.
Oh.
And the last one, you spin round and catch its mouth wide open, putting your shield in between.
Oh,
As you
shield.
bark at it, it leaps back.
Woof.
Now, Rob, it is your turn again.
Rob stab! I light up my blade with a green
Like
flame
nobody.
and lunge at the injured. For fuck's sake.
So, that red means it's a critical fail.
This
but for
fucking
attack rolls, that
pointless.
doesn't matter. I know some people would be wanting me to make Rob explode upon rolling a 1 when it comes to an attack roll.
The green
But
flame blade
What a
returns on
miss.
its user.
Yeah. That's not how we do things here.
Rob
Would
takes
you like to do your
44
other
damage.
attack?
My
Rob?
other attack, 20.
There we go. Your second.
I'm going to start using my fire blade on my
always
seconds.
stronger.
No, it takes
You stab
43.
the damaged wolf.
There's
For
something
7 damage.
Something wrong with my spell. Yeah, so the second roll is my fire damage that only accounts on the if I do the flame. So it wouldn't
Oh,
count
I
for this
see.
one. That's
So
what I'm just saying.
can ignore that second roll.
Yeah, for now.
Wonderful. Yeah, it is hurt, but still standing is this wolf. Ollie.
Ollie, we need an adult.
I mean, I know we need an adult. I'm aware of the adultiness
I
needed.
forgot to summon my familiar. I forgot to make a familiar token.
I'm going to turn to Rob and be like,
Fuck.
will you stop forgetting things? Fuck's sake.
There's a poor-looking raven left in the inn after your night of drinking.
I left it in the end. Fuck, he can really help us right now.
Rob's familiar
Okay.
with the horse that got killed.
Okay, what I'm gonna do, because I have mild confidence in my armor
Oops.
class and Rob's. Well,
Mhm.
but I mean, I've probably got confidence in Rob's armor class, but I don't know. It's Rob. It's one of those things, right? So I'm gonna try and intimidate them, actually,
Okay.
and I'm gonna essentially make myself look big and just kind of go, ah, and shout.
Go on,
Yeah.
give us a shout.
I mean, they're wolves.
Wake everyone
would
up
get-
who's watching and sleeping.
I would get you to roll at a disadvantage. I'm even going to rarely reference chat midway through a session. Applenut says, "Ooga booga, I'm scary."
Exactly. That's what I'm going
essentially
for.
what's going on here. But yes, if you're going to roll intimidate,
Do it.
I would ask you to do it at disadvantage. So you're going to roll both dice.
There it
We
is.
take the lowest. I
sorry.
mean, as it turns out, yes, the
3 and a
wolves
2.
are not intimidated.
Okay, good. I
in
turned
the
to Rob and I go,
slightest.
it's better than your flame.
You see flames in my eyes. Don't make me. I will fireball us right here.
Do it.
No balls.
Now, I don't know whether to give you your attack action or not. Usually, things like that can
No,
be free, but
I'm
I think
I'm
with
well
the
aware that would
the
have been
Ooga Booga,
an
I think
actual,
so.
like...
Your honesty is
That's not going to take
as
6
well-
seconds.
Yeah. Well, I suppose we need to all do our big roars, pounding our chest, and see how long it takes. But I think you could do it for 6. Alex,
I don't know. It
go
depends
ahead.
on what I
You are hidden
Okay.
with these wolves
I
pounced on your friends.
I want to try to lure one of them away.
Okay.
But I am going to first shoot at the let me see, sort of one in the central sort of group of them with my bow, and it's a sneak
Would you
attack.
like damaged one or a different one?
One that is not yet damaged.
Wonderful. Yes, please roll
So,
your attack roll.
Sneak attack. Bloop.
So, your arrow misses.
She.
It actually almost hits Rob, but luckily he's so anime that he dodges that as well.
I've got the power of God and anime on my side. Wait.
Are they within? Wait, hang on, never mind.
Do you get 2 attacks, or is it just 1?
Hang on, I'm just reading.
Rogues, I don't think so.
I don't think so. No, I don't.
Because they get sneak attack to balance it out.
Well, there we are.
Well, how disappointing. Let's see if Rob can still easily sidestep these wolves as the first one lunges at him and manages to catch him.
Only
I
just.
believe. Only just. So he manages to catch him with his claws.
If only I had mage armor.
Please make a strength saving throw, Rob.
Oh no. Wizard strong.
And you manage to stay on your feet and not be knocked to the ground. You've taken 13 piercing damage from these wolves' claws. Another one attacks you, and your wound has not slowed you down as you continue to dodge these wolves' attacks.
The next attack, I'm gonna use my protection and impose disadvantage using my reaction.
Okay. I am going to be really kind to you, Ollie, because I had already rolled Rob's
I know. I was
attack.
trying to get it in before.
I know you were.
Done the
Yes.
first
and
I
one
mean,
and
Ollie,
wanted
I've
to
still
get
got
it
shield,
in there.
remember?
I will learn to pause a little bit more between some attacks. But so I can be very kind to you and say,
What I'll do.
well,
What
we
I'll
know
do
that
is I'll
Rob was
say
not hit, so
the
you can apply it to your attack if you attack against you if you wish.
I can't. It's for. I
Can't.
think it's for someone else.
Yeah.
It's literally
Someone
protection.
else.
Like I shoved the shield in the way. So what I'm going to say is, from now on, the first attack will have disadvantage imposed on
Matt,
it.
remind
no,
you.
wait, Ollie, it's a reaction, isn't it?
It is a reaction, yeah.
So you can do it after the roll.
If that's how reactions work.
Well, at least
then,
it's how shield works. I know that much.
well, if I read it out, it is.
I think that one might have to be before because it is a roll on
When a
advantage.
creature you can see attacks a target other than you that is within 5 feet of you, you can use your reaction to impose disadvantage on the attack roll. You must be wielding a shield.
Yeah.
I would think that's beforehand.
Yeah, I think
would
it
have
might.
Otherwise, you could say
It might just
"Oh,
be
well,
shield.
that isn't it."
Shield is a weird one, which you can do actually after damage is taken.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, so
retroactive. It's weird.
What I'll do is the
Just
first
remind me on the
attack-
next round.
Yeah, the first
when it
attack
gets
made
to the
against
wolves.
Rob.
That
How
would
many
be
times can you do
wonderful.
it?
I will try to remember anyway.
Sometimes can you do it? Or
It's
is this
Once a
Once
turn,
per
because it's your
round.
reaction.
Oh, I thought
Yeah.
it was a battle maneuver.
No.
Um,
Protection fighter is your archetype.
Sweet.
Now we do
Wouldn't.
have some.
Your fighting style. Sorry.
Yeah, it
We do
wouldn't
have
have
a
mattered for the
wolf
first one
coming
anyway, because
after
that's
you
what you hit
here,
me
Ollie.
off.
So his first claw attack of one wolf got an 18.
That
which
is
I
my
don't
armor
think
class.
It is your armor class, which, Rob, correct me if you're wrong. A match is a hit, I believe.
Match is a miss.
A match is a miss.
A DC is a success, but a match on an attack is a miss because you've got to get above the
Perfect.
armor class. You basically hit the armor perfectly.
Chat agrees with
Yeah.
you. Match is a miss.
It's you're thinking a DC is if you get DC, it's good.
Now a second wolf tries to attack you there, Ollie,
Ooh,
and gets a 24, a natural 19. Please make a strength saving throw.
Whoop.
You stay on your feet, but do take 12 piercing damage.
I'm going to have
from
to
this
correct you on that
wolf's
one
claws.
because of my heavy boy. I actually take 3 less damage.
Have you got heavy armor
official
for it?
name of the feat, isn't it? Heavy boy.
Heavy
It's not called
boy.
heavy boy. No, it's heavy armor master. But
So yes, you take.
it's
Whilst
heavy boy
wearing this
now.
armor, you take 3 less damage from bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage.
I just
I'm
want to
assuming
show
it
that
is
to chat.
magical, yeah.
Our tank is doing his job well.
Guys,
And
9
the
damage.
last wolf tries to catch you with his claws, and you're back to your normal form of parrying these wolves with your shield. Now, Rob, it is your turn again.
Yes. I'll. How weak is that one we've been attacking looking?
Fairly,
Hmm.
yeah. Out of a
Ollie's not managed to kill it. Then yeah,
red, amber, green. I'll give you a red.
I've got a question. Do they seem? Obviously, they're working as a pack because they're wolves. Is there one that seems to be like an alpha wolf? Is there one that we can see seems to be in charge? Like,
One led the charge.
are we able to work out which one that is,
seems
or
to have
are we?
more scars around his face? So
Okay.
yes, we can say that
Good
is
to
the
know.
alpha.
That's it. That's all I want to know. It's all good.
Okay. Yep. I'm going to just do normal attacks. Again, I'm going to do my attacks for this one. I'm going to try and Flame Boy.
Your flame boy hits. Rob has
Green
cast the
flame
spell.
boy.
The wizard has
The
had
wizard
a
is
spell go off.
stabbed with fire. It's 15
Wonderful.
flame,
So-
7 and 8 fire damage.
And so that you stab that wolf in its side. It turns to you, but as the flame shoots through your blade, it falls to the ground, dead. Now, I believe your flame also does something else.
Yeah, so the fire will jump to another creature.
Mm-hmm.
So the one next to it, which is also attacking me, and does 1d8 plus spellcasting modifier.
Wonderful.
That's d8 plus should be d8 plus 7. So that's 14 damage.
And done 7 damage.
Set
to
14.
it.
The modifier isn't added to it.
Oh, it's 14. No problem.
And then
There we
I'm
go.
going to use
So
my
yes.
second attack to hit it with just a normal rapier, which is a 1.
Wonderful. It's lovely seeing what your strengths are. Even missing, but just by hitting the first attack and missing the second.
Ollie, if needed, I can haste you if you want. Give you a third attack.
I mean, I'm good with 2 for now. I think we
Yeah,
got
I think we'll save that.
I'm not worried.
Yeah, I got stuff
On that
we can
note,
do.
Ollie, you're go.
Okay, so can I notice which one has got more scars? The most scars, the most damaged. Not having been stabbed by
You
us.
mean the
that makes
dead one?
sense. Yeah, that's why I meant not the dead one.
You
Like
wish to kill the alpha? Yes, you can select the alpha as your next target.
that would be my next target. Yep, assuming I can reach
It is not the one that Rob has just damaged with fire.
No, that's fine because
No problem.
that's what I'm thinking is to take out the alpha. So I'm going to attack twice with my longsword. So 1.
Crit.
Yeah.
That's very
Hey.
How's
exciting.
that? +6 now, Rob. Oh yes.
There we go. So 17 damage.
I mean, it's still a +6.
Shut up. That's the
And
second
you're
attack.
you were so excited about your first hit.
Like,
You were
I
thrown
got him,
off balance for your second swing of your sword, but you've still done good, solid damage to this alpha wolf. But Alex,
Okay, so um, let me just think. I'm just checking when I get my second attack. It might be.
You get one as a swashbuckler.
I don't know.
If you do, it'll be level 5 or 6.
You know what? I don't think I do. Shocking.
I think the book
Right.
Swashbucklers is upstairs. I've only got Ashes behind me.
Don't worry about it. We'll fix that next time if it's a thing. But right, what I'm going to do is I'm not still hid, am I? Because I did an attack still.
you have revealed yourself, but because you didn't hit with your attack, you seem to not get any of their attention.
Well, I can take a cunning action and take a hide action anyway. So as
If
a
you wish
bonus
to.
action, as a bonus action rather than a combat action. So they are all sort of plastered.
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you what. I'm gonna do a non-sneak attack bow attack. See if I can get the one that's closest to me to come sort of closer to me, and I did 6.
So when you say a non-sneak attack, bow attack,
yeah, so that's a regular attack. So I've just
could
popped
I
up.
ask? Now that wolf is in combat with Rob,
Yeah.
so I would have thought that you would still get a sneak attack on that.
Oh, in that
Because
case,
he's in combat with someone within 5
in
feet.
that case, I will roll 4d6 of dice.
Hell yeah.
So I've never played a rogue before, so
That's okay.
17.
So yes, you don't get your sneak attack if you're on your own essentially against something.
I do get my sneak attack actually if I'm
He
on my
can.
own,
Yeah.
but only if there's nothing else around it
Yes.
or me.
So if you and Rob weren't right next to each other, as an example, in
Yeah.
melee combat, that would be a problem for you. So at 23 damage, the one closest to you that Rob had fire jump to dies with an arrow through its skull.
Excellent.
And I remember now, Ollie, I will.
Yep.
You
So
are going to
first attack
impose
on Rob
disadvantage.
is going to have disadvantage, which is
So
just
the
normal.
first one that attacks, so therefore this is just one attack done. And there we go. And then, so Rob only actually has one wolf around him, and you've got 3 around you, Ollie.
That's fine.
I'm actually going to roll. Yeah, their resolve holds.
Oh, okay.
As they as one claws you, catching you in the face. Please make a strength saving throw, Ollie.
Oh,
You
Lost.
easily have your feet planted despite the snowy ground, but you do take 11 minus 3 from your
8
feet
damage.
piercing damage, so 8 piercing damage.
No, wait.
Um,
That didn't work.
Now, 2 other wolves try and pounce on you, to which again you need to make another strength saving throw for this second
Strong.
wolf that has pounced.
Ollie
Ollie is super strong.
Hey.
With another crit on the strength save, you take 9 minus
so that's
3
what?
piercing damage,
6 damage. So
and our last wolf hits
Oh,
you
we need
again.
top.
Let's see if we can get another crit on our strength save.
Ooh, there's no
Ollie, you fall to the ground.
I am going to
Dead.
die. No,
Take
No,
7
never
minus
mind. No, I'm
3
good. No, I'm
damage,
good.
but that's the last
No, I'm good.
wolf's
So that's-
turn. So whilst you have fallen to the ground, no wolf pounces on you. So you're okay comparatively. Now, Robert,
Ouchies.
is your turn.
Right.
My face. My average.
You've got one unharmed next to you, one that Ollie's been attacking, which is within your melee range, and and
Yeah. I'm
another
just wondering,
unarmed within
can
your
I
range of 1 out range.
can I do something to I don't just attack. Okay, can I do something to draw all the walls onto me?
What were you thinking?
I don't know.
If you don't know, I don't know.
This is it.
That's the problem.
I don't know how to make walls look at me. Have I got any
Drink
meat in
your
my
coin
pocket?
purse.
Yeah, okay. Coin purse. I'm going to throw a bone. Eligible attack.
I'm
one
happy
that
for
I've
you
already
to roll
hit.
if you're not sure. I'm
Nah,
happy for you
it's
to roll an animal handling to try and have the wolves focus on you.
Ollie will get up. It'll be fine. He's got health.
Mhm.
No, just looking at a spell. I was trying to kill time while I get a spell, but it's not worth using that spell. Okay, so I'm going to green flame stab one that's on top of Ollie.
I don't think there's one on top of me. I think they're just around
Okay,
me.
one that's
Let's
attacking
say
you.
let's say the alpha maybe that Ollie had started to harm.
Okay, so that's obviously a hit.
Yep, that's a hit.
So for 20 damage.
20 damage. Can you see my little notepad with how much health this thing had left?
No.
Because you
It was exactly 20, was it?
it was exactly 20 as this wolf dies.
Perfect.
As this alpha dies. And let's see if how much that flame jumps to a nearby.
15 max roll.
So it jumps to the one in front of you.
Yep.
Doing 15 flame damage. Now, you have another attack.
Yep. I mean, I never hit
Do
two
you wish to do
attacks.
damage to one in front of you?
Yep.
Yeah, that's a hit.
Or 11 more damage.
And 11 more damage. That one's looking very hurt.
I only did 39 damage for my sword, guys, as a wizard.
Yes,
Well
that
done.
was a good round. That was the round that really demonstrates your strengths as a blade singer. And you're still dancing and singing, right?
No, I don't sing and dance. It's
You
not
just
literally.
dance.
I'm not literally dancing.
I'm kind of disappointed.
I use magic to sort of like. It can seem like a dance, but the way my sword and my body moves is like magically it's sort of enchanted into sort of looks
Right.
like a dance, but it's not.
There's like a
I'm a
song
bit-
going.
I'm not
There's
literally
a
there
dance.
doing like the fucking Macarena,
Every time he waves
singing
his sword, it's like a-
along.
I thought it was like a kind of a flowing dance where I'm imagining you kind of doing this.
It's a
flowing
it's a
dance as all these
grace.
wolves
It's more
miss you.
no. It's more of a graceful attack.
Right.
My stance and
I
stuff.
think we're still envisaging the same thing.
Most of my armor class is coming from my intelligence, sort
Got
of
it.
being aware of my surroundings and shit.
Sure. I think.
Yeah, I'm still doing it. I think
got
I've
an
got
idea, at least in my head.
5
of-
turns. How many turns have we? This is our 4th turn. So I've got 6 turns left of it.
Yeah. Ollie, it's your turn.
So, expend my movement to stand up.
It's technically only half of your movement.
Well, I mean, I'm not going to be moving anyway. 'cause it
But
was-
I
it
think
was-
it's a good thing to know for future.
Yep, good to know. Good to know. So I'm basically just going to try and stab the one that's whichever one looks the weakest. To be honest.
Yes,
That would
one
be
in front
you.
of Rob. They're
One.
looking. Their resolve is looking low, but yeah, you strike out
I really want to drop a fireball on us right now.
and do 5 damage. It's looking even worse
Oh,
for when,
oh!
and then you crit it.
Oh!
And you stab.
You can
You-
shut right up.
You stab it through the side of the skull. It falls to the ground, dead.
How many times have I crit so far?
How many have you
it's, I
killed
think,
so far?
twice.
I've had 2 crits and 2 critical.
I think we've had two
strengths.
kills from the both of you.
That's
Woohoo.
embarrassing.
And Alex, before you have a chance to fire your bow again, actually no, I think Alex killed one of them. Sorry,
I did.
he did.
Did, yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
So 2 from Rob, and if we're keeping count, then in
The
total,
I don't need to keep.
if it in the rankade.
Put it on the
Um,
rankade. No, that's not.
But for those who aren't aware of the rankade, that's our internal rankings website as we compete to be the best at games. But
It's not really a
the other
competition.
2 wolves lose their resolve, having seen 4 of their companions fall and turn to run. Do either of you wish to take the opportunity attacks that
Nah.
you would get?
Yeah. What do you mean,
No.
no, Ollie?
No, I'm good.
Rob,
About
you may swing your sword.
sending a message.
To who?
You
13.
miss. You just managed to miss. Maybe it was maybe it was, that little voice in your head, Rob, that had you want to not really want to kill them.
They come back and kill
and they
Ollie.
run off.
I'm not protecting him.
So I believe the party will want to rest up after that attack.
I will. If no
Sure,
one-
yeah.
You will.
Probably
So
a
you're
good
going to
idea.
take a short rest. So you guys are in the snow at the moment, and it's quite dark. It's quite difficult to relax right now. Are any of you able to start a fire, or
We'd start a fire.
Have
We're
it
just
happen.
catching a short breather.
Well, it's.
I mean, how long's the short rest?
It's
30 minutes? 20 minutes?
about 30 minutes.
You don't need to start a fire in 30 minutes.
If you have a flint box with you, or
To be fair,
Well, how much
To be fair-
firewood have people just carrying
to
around
be
with them?
fair, what I would probably do now that it's actually quite dark is I would light a torch and just stick it in the ground in the middle.
yeah,
Like,
there you go.
between us all. So there you go, torch
Are
done.
they? Are they?
Yeah.
Like
Unlike,
the torch,
unlike the other two
you
vagabonds,
can
I
warm
can't
your
see
hands
dark.
on.
I can't see in the dark. I'm human.
Oh, you
I
human? Oh,
can.
Yeah.
for some reason I thought you were like elf person.
No, my mother's a half elf.
Ah, that's what it was. So you're quarter elf, so
I'm
you've
quarter
got
elf.
dark vision on one eye.
It's the quarter of the eye.
But no bit.
Well, no,
dark
I,
vision on the
I
other.
can't see in the dark, but I can hear in the dark.
There you go.
So could I. I could hear in the dark too.
So yeah, after
You must be human.
a bit of food, and warming yourself up slightly on that torch, yeah, you guys have the benefits of a short rest.
Okay, cool. Can I hit die?
Yes.
Not dice.
Fuck.
Dice, not die. Oh,
Hit
Yeah,
the
so
die button.
Ali has spent
that's
a hit dice to regain
the
10 hit points.
other
Rob
one.
has done the same for 5. Ollie's rolled another
Oh,
4.
Of course, that's when I get the 8 when I only need half that. Yeah.
63, and
They're
that will be
rolling
me.
through health
There you go.
that they can. Perfect.
Right, so I'm back up to 63.
Wonderful. Are you max as well, Rob?
Yeah.
So
I'm
everyone's
assuming,
back to max
I
health.
only get. Oh no, I never used any. I was going to say.
And,
so just a quick question.
You're at,
I assume I get superiority dice back on a long rest, not a short rest.
What's it say? I think it's
I think Battle Master is
Oh,
short. With,
you regain all expended superiority dice when you finish a short or long
Oh,
rest.
it's
Oh man, if I'd have known that, I'd
short.
have used them.
yeah. No.
Damn.
That's what I was thinking about
Oh.
casting haste on you because I could have got that back.
Well, you guys are
That's all good.
ready to go again, so
Ready and raring
you're
with
in
my
a fairly good position. So you continue to walk towards the stone, and
Okay,
he
so
says
I'm
going to his
considering
notes.
we're walking forwards. I'm
Mhm.
going to be blissfully aware about the
Mhm.
fact that me and Rob can't see. So I'm going to make the suggestion to Alex that he either walks like slightly further away
Mhm.
because he can already see in the dark, and it
Yeah.
means that we're more noticeable than he is because it'll put him in a better position. If that makes any sense whatsoever.
100%. Alex, do you agree?
Say again.
Good
Oh, dear.
answer.
Ollie is saying that he's recommending that you travel slightly away from them so that you can essentially use them as bait because you can see well in this.
Yep,
sort of
that's
thing.
Oh,
exactly
yes,
what
I
I'm
think
saying.
that's a fantastic idea.
Yes, I'm
I
not
can see
surprised
exactly
that you're.
how the friendship works.
I'll sneak off, and then I'll just leave.
Takes his coin pouch and fucks off. Yeah.
Bye.
Bye, see you later then. Didn't need you anyway.
So, as you continue to walk towards the stone, you see the black monolith, which seems to radiate heat. The lack of snow in a perfect circle around it makes that obvious from a distance. The monolith also appears to have symbols on it.
Boom, 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 boom.
Are they glowy? Does it like? I'm assuming that
They are not glowing.
Oh, okay, because I was guessing since we can see it that it was like So how far
So
away
you're,
from
at the
away
moment,
from
you're a
it?
little bit far away from it. Are you happy to approach it?
Yeah, just not into the circle. That's fine.
Okay, so peering from the edge of the snow, you think you can see Abyssal on the monolith,
Ah, lovely. Love someone at Abyss. Love the Abyss.
but you're too far away to read it in detail.
I like watching the Abyss.
I like to wave it as it goes by.
Mm. I don't like the Four Kings though. What?
Love the Four Kings. Great fight.
Dark Souls reference.
Yeah,
Can I do knowledge
right.
arcana on this stone from a distance? See if I can tell
Yes.
anything.
So, it's from what you can tell from the arcane element of this stone, is it seems to be linked to planar energy and seems to act as also a portal.
Portal.
Cool. Love that game.
And also has some other purpose as well that you can't take.
How close are we currently?
Let's say 20 feet.
So are we are we at the edge of the circle, or are we?
Yeah, that's what I've assumed that you wanted to place yourself.
Okay, cool. So we're at the edge of the circle. Can I read the symbols from here, or will I need to get closer?
You'd need to get closer.
I step into the circle.
You feel warm.
Damn,
But
guys, it's
nothing
pretty-
else seems to happen.
pretty warm in here. Cool.
Read the symbols.
Okay, so I'm gonna move forwards.
Mhm.
I'm gonna move close enough to be able to read the symbols and not touch it. Obviously, after last time someone made me touch symbols, I'm gonna get as close as I can and read it
Wonderful.
as best I can.
So, the writing on the stone seems to be the details of a contract.
Mm-hmm.
So looking over the stone, it seems to be many different contracts. One contract talks about a tribe and a giant. One you recognize Crash, and two other names that you think must be the boys.
Crash and Fuckface 1 and 2.
And Fuckface 1 and 2. And the details of that contract, as much as Jolene has said, youth, strength, and talent for sowing chaos.
Okay. How structurally sound is this?
It's fairly structurally sound.
Okay, cool. So I'm gonna basically turn around to the other two, and I'm just gonna say, it's the contracts. That's all it says. You know, it's not much else there.
Can
But
we
there's lots of contracts,
counter
though.
the contract?
You what now?
Don't suppose it says anything about breaking them, does it?
I mean,
Good
Why,
question. I'm gonna
there's
turn
no
around
arcane
and look at
part?
it again and see. Like, is there anything else, or is it literally just contracts? Is what I'm looking for.
Are you trying to say something, Rob? You're cutting in and out.
I was just thinking if I could counterspell it, but there's more than just arcane to it, so I probably wouldn't. There's something a bit stronger than I could do.
You look at breaking the contracts. So for Crash and the boys, their contract is if their instruments are broken.
Okay.
Or they fail to sow, or fail to have a good soul do an evil deed within a month, their contract is broken.
Oh, I see. So, for example, if a goody paladin comes by, and
I'm a good soul. What are you on about?
Look, you shush you.
What did I do last night?
Out of the warm circle warmth, I'm going to call it.
The circle of warmth.
Yep, just like the circle of life, but a bit more chaosy. Yeah. So right. So I'm going to turn to the guy. Oh God, are they going to be able to understand this if you can't understand someone who's trying to convey abyssal?
I don't think anyone can understand what you're trying to convey.
I think
right now,
you'd be able to translate.
I can understand. I'm going to basically tell them we got to break the instruments. You know, or for a whole month they have to not make someone do something bad.
I would like to put another caveat in there.
I'm getting some
what
information
Jolene has
from a
said is
higher
true,
power.
and says for as long as this stone stands at the beginning.
I mean, yeah, we also have what
Ah.
Jolene said. We could knock the stone over, though that's probably not what it means by standing.
Just cut his legs off.
Well, I mean, if we knock it over, it'd probably still work, right? Probably got to smash it. What do
Well,
you want to do? Are you two still stood outside the circle?
I think I'll head towards the circle now. If you
I'd-
say if the stone stands, then surely we just push it over, and I'll put my hands on it and give it a shove.
You give it a little shove, and it doesn't seem to move.
Stone pushes you back. Okay,
Well,
interesting.
I've always relied more on my natural charm than my brute strength. Oi, heavy one, you'd probably have a better go at this than I would, unless you don't think it's a smart decision. Truthfully, now that I'm thinking about it, it might not have been.
Was that me? Am I heavy one? I thought I was heavy boy. Boy.
Boy one,
Heavy,
it's always him for me.
heavy boyo.
Junior.
Don't you call me Junior. There
Well, do
isn't
you want to
even
shove it, or do you want to break some loots?
I don't know. What is your opinion, Adrum?
So, I'm just checking up because I can summon an
Okay.
earth elemental.
Ooh, tasty.
Just wondering if it can do anything to just like bring the stone up, but I don't think it can. Yeah, it doesn't look
You
like
want
it
to
can.
summon a beastie to do the stoning?
Yeah, I could summon something to get stoned with us.
I mean, if it digs up the stone and the stone falls over, it's no longer standing.
It would just be a bit. It would
That's a
just
very good
be a
point.
big strength roll.
I'm strong.
It beats us
you?
doing it, I think.
No,
He's the strongest of all of us.
I might be. Yeah, I mean, I got 17 strength. What you got?
12.
10.
Oh, there you go. Look, I'm strong one.
So what are we going with? We're going to go for the stone. We're going to go for breaking shit up.
We could always do more than one.
We break the stone and then go fuck their shit up when they're not. When they think they're all powerful and they're not.
Oh, that would be just some sense of cosmic justice there, wouldn't it?
Very satisfying. Yeah.
Oh, that would see me riding high for days. Let's do both.
We're gonna save their souls, and then we're gonna.
And then we're
kick
gonna do
their
them
asses.
in. And we're gonna make it real embarrassing too.
Yeah, sounds good. Right. Okay. So, what do you reckon the best way to knock this thing over is? Because all I got is sharp weapons. Unless I
think-
slam it with my shield.
I think our friend Adam's conjured beastie could probably be a good idea, and then we
there you
wouldn't
go.
be personally touching it.
Let's do that then, shall we? Unless he's got another idea. I'm gonna say that's done silence as a yes.
Oh, he's pressed 0 again and muted himself.
Didn't. Fuck's sake!
Like
I've
an
been talking this
absolute
entire
fool.
time. Yeah. So I've got nothing apart from that. I've got no real spells to do much with. I could Ray of Frost. We could get it cold, but we need like a bludgeoning weapon to hammer out stone.
I don't think the cold's gonna work considering it's emanating an aura of heat.
Exactly, but magic heat versus
Very
magic
good point.
cold will make a magic tornado.
Summon your beastie, push it over.
I will summon an earth elemental.
An earth elemental springs
Yes.
from the ground from your spell.
And get it to just. I guess what would just hammer on the rock.
Yeah, so
Bunch
the
it.
earth elemental brings its hand up high and crashes it down into the rock, which cracks.
Cracking
A
work.
man with red skin, wearing glasses with dark lenses, a simple pink tie and white shirt, wearing a black suit, appears in a flash of fire. He has no hair but small horns poking out the top of his head. What in the heaven is going on here? He turns and sees the crack down the stone. Mortals, so stupid. I could have offered you anything you primitive beings desired, and you try to break my portal? He yells. mutters an incantation under his breath, and a huge burst of hellfire appears next to the man where a giant now stands. I began to think you would never summon me, devil. He turns to you, Alex, as you started to speak.
That's one big bastard right there.
You don't
Turns back
say.
to the devil. What do you require? The giant grumbled. Fulfill your contract and protect the stone, he tells him. Then our bargain is complete, the giant asks. The red-horned man nods, then disappears in a flash of hellfire. Sorry, little ones. This is nothing personal. As the giant moves to attack. Now, Rob, I will assume that your Earth Elemental needs its own initiative, or will it go...
There's your initiative count.
Earth Angel, will you
Shares
be
mine.
Oh, it's just on yours.
It goes after. It goes immediately after me.
No problem. So, our stone giant. Right, could everyone roll initiative for me, please?
Absolutely doobly doodly boodly boo.
The world's going to pass Ollie by.
24 for Alex.
Wow.
Good sounds. Love it.
14 for the giant.
How big we talking?
Like, so
how many?
he is
how many? How many?
huge.
So
how
that's
many
two
Adrams
stages.
high is he?
Four.
How many? What,
Three?
sorry?
Four?
Four and a half by the sounds of it.
He's 4 Adrams
So
high.
He's 20 to 40 feet.
He's nearly 15 feet tall.
15
Oh, that's
feet.
not too bad.
Oh, 10 to
How many
20.
hands is that?
Don't do this to me.
No, if I get on the elemental's back, and we all make a tower, we'll be 20 feet tall plus.
Yeah, then he just
Okay.
knocks one of us off it and we all get hurt.
So, Alex, you have moved
Yeah, that.
very quickly off your feet.
Okay. Off my feet, draw my sword,
hmm
and then I am going to, because it has no one around it,
Yeah.
get to sneak attack.
hmm
Sneak,
Stabby,
sneak, sneak,
You
attack.
charge
Sneak,
at the
sneak,
giant's
sneak, attack.
legs.
Stabby, stabby.
Shit, done.
Oh,
Overdrive.
shit!
Brap. And
That's
now,
23,
because of my
33,
fancy,
39. Plus
fancy
your...
footwork, it
Mhm.
can't hit me. It can't attack me
Wow.
as I make an opportunity attack and dash away from it.
Wow. So,
I
yeah,
dashed
you
in.
did a large amount of damage to it. You've moved in very quickly and sliced through its hamstring. And he goes down to one knee, surprised at the strength of your attack.
You
I do
guys
a little
Achilles
like,
heel.
fancy hand flourish and bow at it.
Rob, what would you like to do?
My go. I will... Ooh.
So the stone is still standing.
Yeah, that's fine.
obviously
Yeah, no,
cracked.
my dude's
Yeah.
going to continue pounding on that
hmm
during the fight in case we can do it. I am going to cast... I'm going to upcast Scorching Ray.
hmm
Damn, son.
That hits.
So 9 plus another d6. Oh, I got to hit roll. Ah, what a waste of...
Oh,
Scorching Ray, D5. Double check. I can't remember what this does. Is it upcast or is it another ray? Oh no, I created an additional ray. That's it. Oh, so it's 2 rays. Sorry. So I rolled it twice.
Mhm.
So I didn't think that was right.
that's okay.
Yeah, so 10 doesn't matter. So I
The
can do 9.
second ray, to surprise no one, bounces harmlessly off the giant.
And I'm going to walk back 15 feet.
Wonderful.
I'm also... no, I can't already cast a spell. Okay.
So at the moment, I think everyone's taken this step back, which has meant that Ollie has almost taken this step forward.
My
essentially.
dude's
I think.
continuing to hit the thing, remember? He goes after me first.
Right, and the earth elemental brings its arm down on this monolith. Now, no monolith can withstand an earth elemental, punching it for very long, and it only takes this second swing for this earthy fist to break the stone. As the stone breaks, the giant turns, and his mouth open, asks quietly, "What happens now?"
Well,
You can
Each
join
move
us.
to attack. As Rob shouts out, "You can join us."
Get revenge on those who enslaved you.
He says, "My family. I should go back to my family. I think my contract, it's over."
Yep, I'm good with that.
the stone
What?
doesn't look that standing to me anymore.
I mean, he drops his warhammer and waits for a flash of hellfire around him. I feel weaker. I think the deal's done. And he seems to have shrunk in size slightly.
Oh, cool.
He's
Ah.
now only 5 robs instead of 17.
He begins to bandage his leg from Alex's attack.
Sorry about that.
He waves his hand and said, "It was nothing personal. I'm just glad you decided to hit on the stone rather than hit me. Oh, God, I can't believe it's finally over. I can go back to my tribe and my family." I mean, he looks around him, thinks, "I think I know where I am. Might take me a few days."
Big guy like you, I'm sure you'll be fine.
I didn't come to this stone. It was many years ago, but I'm sure I could find my way home.
Look, fella, we didn't ask for your life story.
We're going to finish whatever this contract bastards did.
Yeah,
So
we're
you can
gonna-
join
we're gonna
us so
go.
he doesn't hunt you down,
We're just gonna go. You can,
or you can go back to your
fuck
home.
off.
The contract's done.
Just let him go
He's-
home.
If
He
he,
might be a red-horned bastard, but he's a man, devil of his word.
as long as he doesn't hunt you down, then so be it. I'm going to call
Nods.
my Earth Elemental and say, we got some loot to get.
And he made
Um,
that in the sense of instruments.
About to say Lute.
Loot and loot.
So, yes, the giant turns and leaves and waves to you as he goes,
Wait.
limping slightly.
Wait a minute. Could you repeat this by accident?
So yes, I'm guessing you guys are heading back to town.
How long's the walk back to town?
I think it was about, let's say, an hour, maybe a
Shit.
bit over.
Okay.
Why your elemental going to be gone?
It lasts an hour.
They're going to be nearly done with their set as well. Perhaps we should wait near the stone. Or not right here, but they're coming back to it, aren't they?
We do come back every night. But
Maybe-
it's not warm here much anymore. We could hang
That's true.
around.
Considering that this giant man here noticed that his contract was over, I'd have thought they'd also noticed theirs was over as well.
Yeah, they'll be playing
Oh.
shit now.
We've missed them being embarrassed. Oh, we've got to head back to town right now.
That sounds good. Yeah,
There's
but
some serious Schadenfreude that we're missing.
I think someone needs to get some headbutt.
Do we need to go perform ourselves?
No. Well,
Oh.
you can. I'm going to go sit.
I got performance.
I'll go do a finger dance or something.
Alright, I guess we're double timing it back.
Sure. So, returning back to town, you can see from a snowy hilltop across the river, the town is ablaze.
Just
Well,
I'm getting
my fireballs aren't going to be too much noticed here.
getting closer to the town. You see a small group of the townspeople have evacuated to your side of the river. They're speaking loudly about how Crash and the boys had came back that night and someone had died this time. Then some of the charmed people had started to set fires all over Frostford. But for some reason, Crash and the boys suddenly grew old and weak, and they died in the fires they started.
Oh,
Well,
The now
I
free
wanted to watch them
townspeople.
die.
that
so
right
now
there is just disappointing.
The spell was broken, and people woke up from their charmed state as those townspeople worked together to try and save who they could. The fires die down, and the sun rises. Walking through town, you see Jolene's dead body surrounded by flowers, with her grieving husband leaning over her.
Ah,
The cost of breaking the devil's influence of this town was high, and Frostford will never be the same. And that is the end of our first session.
cool.
So, yes, is it join us next week, or is it join us
No,
in 2 weeks?
2 weeks. Every 2 weeks.
Is to join us in 2 weeks on Twitch for live for our next session, or on YouTube for our edited videos. And until then, goodbye, YouTube.